Good exercise is the key in promoting healthy lifestyle. It is a great way to have a better life. One way to have a good exercise is by planning it. If you plan to have an exercise, you are getting the most out of your workouts and achieving your target to have a better lifestyle. By planning the exercise program, you can make sure that you are not wasting your time. Many people exercise but they are not getting the full benefits that exercise can provide because they failed to plan their exercise program. This lesson will provide you activities that stimulate your interest and elevate your understanding and level of excitement in the different activities. This will help you get started and be mentally and physically ready. These are the questions we will going to answer after our lesson. Number 1, why is it important for young people like you to know the training principles? Number 2, what do you think are the functions of these training principles in improving physical fitness? Come on, let us understand and identify the training principles. Let's start identifying and knowing the SMART guide to goal setting. When taking on any challenges, it's a good idea to define your goals. You should identify what you want to accomplish and how you will carry out your plan. This is important when making positive change and will help you succeed. First, we have a short-term goal. Short-term goals should be developed with a limited amount of time in mind. Example, a 15-year-old is aiming to improve his road running time over 3 kilometers by 5 seconds each week. Next is long-term goal. Long-term goal is something that you want to do further in the future. It requires time and planning. Example, a girl is aiming to be running 8 kilometers by the end of the school. These goals should be SMART. S for specific, write down what you want to achieve. M, measurable, write down amounts, times, days, and other measure factors. A, achievable, your goals should be realistic. R, relevant, your goals should be important to you. And T, for trackable, recording your progress helps you see what you have achieved. Now, let us understand the principles of fitness training. The basic training principles are rules to follow which describe how body responds to the physiological stress of physical activity. These principles provide the conceptual foundation for safe and effective physical program design. In order to get the most out of your training, you must follow these simple training principles. We have 5 principles of fitness training. Principle of overload, principle of specificity, principle of progression, principle of variation, and principle of recovery. First is principle of overload. Principle of overload is the most basic of all fitness training principles. It specifies that you must perform physical exercise the normal amounts to get an improvement in physical fitness and health benefits. For example, if improvement in muscular strength is the goal, the muscle must be exercised with a greater weight than normal. Second, principle of specificity. Principle of specificity indicates that you must train a specific energy system and specific muscle groups for them to improve. Example, if you want to develop cardiovascular endurance, you must design a training program that primarily utilizes a particular energy system. Third is the principle of progression. Principle of progression indicates that load can be increased gradually over time to remain effective and safe for best results. For example, an individual training to gain cardiorespiratory endurance may begin in an exercise program by jogging 2 kilometers at a moderate intensity. The next week, the individual could increase distance to 2.5 kilometers while still working at the same level of intensity. Week after week, the load or overload could be adjusted until the desired level of fitness is attained. Next is principle of variation. Principle of variation maintains individuals' interests and provides a change of pace while still making progress toward desired goals. Variation lessens boredom and overcome periods where there seems to be little progress. For example, alternating hard workouts with easier workouts and running in different locations within the community are some ways to introduce variability into one's fitness program. And last is the principle of recovery. Principle of recovery is a principle that incorporates time to rest into the fitness program. For example, an individual may work one day on improving upper body strength and devote the next day's training to working lower body strength. So those are the 5 principles of fitness training. The principle of overload, principle of specificity, principle of progression, principle of variation, and principle of recovery. Now let us identify the formula or the factors important for determining the correct amount of physical activity. The FITT principle. It is a well-designed personal physical activity plan that will outline how often, how long, how hard a person exercises, and what kinds of exercises are selected. First is frequency. Frequency refers to the number of exercise sessions per week. For example, 3 to 5 times a week. We have here a sample of workout plan with 3 types of exercises: flexibility exercises, stamina and endurance exercises, and balance exercises. Look at the column of frequency. For flexibility exercises, you can do it for 3 to 5 times per week. For stamina and endurance exercises, 3 times per week, and balance exercises, 3 times per week. Next is intensity. Intensity is the degree of effort or exertion put forth by an individual during exercise. Look at the example in our workout plan. In the column of intensity, for flexibility exercises, gradually stretching further and harder than previous. For stamina and endurance exercises, gradually and slowly increase. And for balanced exercises, moderate. Third one is time. Time is the duration of the length of the activity, such as 40 minutes of exercise is how long an exercise must be performed to be effective. Look at the examples in our workout plan. You can do flexibility exercises 30 to 50 minutes per day. For stamina and endurance exercises, 40 minutes per day, and for balance exercises, 20 to 30 minutes per day. Last is the type. Type is the mode of exercise being performed. The selection of the type of exercise should be guided by the fitness goal to be achieved. Let's take a look at the examples in our workout plan. For flexibility exercises, we have static stretching and dynamic stretching. For stamina and endurance exercises, we have walking, cycling, and swimming. And for balance exercises, we also have walking and light stretching. Hope you've learned something in this lesson that will basically help you design an individualized exercise program that you may use to develop and enhance your fitness, maintain good health, and prevent cardiovascular diseases. A complete, safe, and effective exercise program must consist of cardiorespiratory exercises, muscular strength and endurance conditioning, and flexibility exercises. The frequency, intensity, time, and test principle is a foundation of exercise. It will help us set up a workout routine to fit our goals and fitness level. So before we end up our lesson, answer this question in the comment box. Why is it important for young people like you to know the training principles? Okay, if you find this video helpful, please do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Have a good day and God bless!